So let's talk about FM3 switches. How to get to the master layout menu, how to switch those views. I'll explain that in a second when I go down to the floor. Then after that, I wanted to show the perform layout. That's one of my favorite layouts. You can customize this how you want, but this is all stuff that's default right when you boot up the FM3, so these are the default layouts. So let's get down to the floor and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So the FM3 switches, they take their cues from the FC6 and the FC12 series. So what I mean by that is just consider this like a small little FC switch. So if you take these three switches here, look at an FC12 on the lower left, and then you'll go over to the next three switches on the lower right, and the next three switches on the upper right, and then upper left on the FC12. So if you think about those as we're switching through these, what they call views, then you'll understand a little bit these little small sections that this occupies. So just like the other FC series of switches, they operate on this master layout concept. So you get to that by holding down the middle button on any layout. So I was on a scenes layout actually. So now it's brought us to this master layout menu where we can pick our other layouts. We've got presets, scenes, effects. If we hold down on the left and the right, it changes the view. So think about that FC12 switch again, lower left, lower right. So here now we're going to the lower right. We've got channels and looper per preset. Then we hold it over. We're going to go to the upper right, and then again upper left. I could have those backwards. Who knows? Hold it in again. This gives us back to our master layout menu. So for this one, this first example, I'm going to show you my scenes, which is where my preset that I did on this last video was. Hit the scenes. So I've got 4 scenes programmed. So the other one's on a different view, and I'll show you how to get over there easily when you're playing. So here's our ambient scene, right? Switch over to my second scene. Lots of delay, sorry. It is ambient. Same thing with my drive, kick it up. So now we're looking at this. We've got 3. I need to get over to that 4th scene. So you probably want to plan your main scenes on that first view. So we're on view 1 here. View 2, if I hold this down, goes to my scenes 4, 5, and 6. So I've got swells. I don't use that much, so I placed it over here. So let's go back to this first view. I'm playing here, jamming out. Now I need to change over. So now I'm doing my thing, doing my swells. So the last thing I want to do is I want to show you just one more layout. This is the perform layout. I like to use this a lot on the FX3. There's usually perform 1 and 2, but there's only 1 on this FM3. So we do that. Let's get to that layout. Press the master layout in the middle. Let's go over perform. So now we're on perform. The cool thing about this is it's got 4 different views. So based on those 4 different views, you can access them out of the box. You can access the different views by pressing and holding either one of these. So right now we're on view number 1, and it has 3 scenes. Now this might not work for that preset here because I've got the swell, so I'd have to change something. But if I just had 3 buttons and I wanted to go and just utilize all these views, then you could do this. So if you hold down the left, it goes to presets. If I go back to press this, it goes home, which is, scenes. If I go over here, I can get to my effects. So I can just take 3 different major effects that I'll turn on and off. If I go back to here, I'll go back to the view one. Middle one is my utilities. Go back here. Now I've got the 4th view, and that is tap, tempo, and tuner. You can put whatever you want on here. Back to home. If you like this kind of content, make sure you consider subscribing, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment.